Alright guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set. And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum.
What's up? My dude. First off, let's just start off with the real thing. The realest news possible.
Yeah, keeping it real.
Someone asked me to have a talk with you.
Okay. I thought we were gonna keep talking about toys.
Well, we could.
Okay.
Yeah, or I walk in and Penn's drooling over a bike.
Right.
I need this.
Yeah,
he says to me.
And then we had the whole conversation. I'm sure that our listeners have their own things in their lives.
Yeah.
Like David does. And we had the whole conversation about the N+1.
Yeah.
With let's say you're into bikes. The correct number of bikes to own is N+1, with N being whatever number of bikes you currently own.
Yeah.
So David's collection of Dune is N+1, whatever he has plus one more Dune thing.
Yeah.
Right. So we're having that whole conversation. Then David was telling us about this cool toy store? Is that what you would call it? Called Eternia of Dreams. And so that Eternia. I thought it was Attorney of Dreams.
No.
Like the best lawyer
it's
of
like
all time.
It's Dreams of Eternia. It's Eternia Dreams.
So anyway, then we recorded this entire show about toys.
Yeah.
Old-fashioned toys.
And we deleted it because we were like, wait a minute, we forgot to talk about movies.
We forgot. We forgot who we are.
Yeah.
And then so that brought us full circle, and then David said, let's start off with the real news, and I was excited because I thought we were going to start talking about G.I. Joe and like the old Star Wars figures that I have and all this kind of stuff. So I got all perky because I thought like this is going to be great. This is going to be a fun topic.
Yeah.
And then what are you hitting me with? You're hitting me with...
Do you have old Star Wars?
Oh, yeah, I got them right here. Yeah.
Oh, snap, crackle, and
yeah.
pop.
I mean, you want me to whip them out here?
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, I used to.
They're around.
I don't know where C-3PO and I used to have them on display, and then Drew came in and said we had to have a more professional-looking conference room.
You left a transformer though.
Yeah, he put away all my shit except for the stupid bumblebee. What do you call that thing? A bobblehead.
Yeah.
And you notice the plethora of minions that he left out.
Yeah.
That's because he's into minions.
Oh.
And do you recognize that mummy? You know where that mummy? That's a G.I. Joe mummy.
That's a G.I. Joe mummy?
Yeah.
He's like, we have to have a more professional environment. Hold on, let me put all these posters up. Does it have a G.I. Joe in it?
I forget. There's a secret. Yeah. This is a G.I. Joe with the mummy in it.
What?
This was from a G.I. Joe.
Now, was that yours?
Yeah, this is mine.
Wow.
Or actually, it was probably my brother's.
Don't let
and then I stole
Drew find out that that's a toy and not
not an ancient artifact.
Not an ancient artifact or from the Mummy of the movie.
Right.
What? That's a professional man.
Stupid Drew.
Yeah. So I was asked to talk to
Okay, yeah. Let's get serious. Let's get serious.
Because this is,
please.
I don't know if there's a higher calling for me to bring to you.
Right.
Because I was in the lobby last night and I ran into
Black Bumper Becky.
Pure innocent Kayla Ketchum.
Oh, sweet little Kayla. Yeah.
And she's like, she was crying.
Oh my God. That poor
so
thing.
Glad you're here, David.
Oh, thank God.
I was like, what's wrong? Give me a hug.
What's wrong, sweetie?
I wanted to see the Bob Marley movie. And it's not here anymore. I said, I'll talk to your dad. How dare he? Doesn't he know who you are?
Right. Wow. Yeah. Well,
I have to see that Strange Little Liars movie instead.
Wicked Little Letters.
Yeah. And I said, poor girl.
She has a hard life. It's a hard knock life, that kid. I tell you what, man.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, what's that? Who's he?
She said, I wanted to see the movie. And I was like, man, I'll talk to your dad for you. Look at her face. Was like, okay.
Did she tell you the part about how the movie came out 8 weeks ago?
What?
Did she tell you the part about how we had a whole family discussion that we're getting rid of Bob Marley soon?
And she still didn't come.
She probably left that stuff out.
That's so weird. I wouldn't have been manipulated. No.
Right? No. Kayla is the sweetest kid in the world. I swear to God. I love it so much.
So there you have it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will take that under advisement.
Okay,
and
good.
when I book my movies on Monday morning, I will call Paramount and see what I can do about getting Bob Marley.
This Bob Marley. What I keep hearing about this Bob Marley movie.
Right. Actually, on Monday, I'm going to be in Las Vegas with Paramount, so I'll go ahead and bring this up.
Yeah.
You know, like when I'm sitting down to have our important discussions with the studio, I'll be like, hey.
No, pass the ball. What's with you not having Bob Marley at my theater last weekend?
Oh, my God. Perfect.
All right, let's get into the news. You ready for this?
Please. I am so ready.
Well, ready or not,
Here we come.
2.
David, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
If you could only play board game, like classic board games, or classic like hide and go seek, tag, like classic game, like running around recess games. I guess it's a dumb question because you would always choose board games because there's only like 2 or 3 like hide and go seek games, but there's endless board games. So that's a dumb question. But I was thinking like when you said Ready or Not, Here We Come, like it took me back to like how fun it was that moment when you're playing hide and go seek and the person gets done counting to 10. Remember when you were like 6 and somebody's like, ready or not, here I come. And you're like, oh my God, they're never going to find me under the kitchen table.
They'll never find me here.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the big lump in the,
Right.
blanket.
Yeah. Playing hide, there is nothing, I contend, there is nothing better in the world than playing hide and go seek with a kid who does not yet understand. Like,
How to hide.
Right. Like when they cover their eyes so they think that you can't see them because their eyes are covered.
Yeah.
Because they can't see you.
That's how it works.
All right.
Yeah. Don't spoil that for me.
All right. So ready or not?
2.
Right.
2 ready, 2 not.
Right. Too legit to quit.
Yeah, exactly. Ready or Not 2 is coming, and Samara Weaving is attached to return, which I find interesting.
I have a variety of questions.
Yeah.
What was Ready or Not 1, and who is Samara Weaving?
Ready or Not 1 was great.
Did we watch that?
At least I did.
Yeah. I don't remember it, but go ahead. So Samara Weaving, was she the star, I presume?
Yeah, it's funny that you don't because you just
because I have such a great memory.
After saying Ready or Not, you pivoted to board games, and the whole thing was a family that made board games. She married into this family that made board games, but then
I totally remember this. Now I just while we were talking Googled the poster, and I loved this movie.
Yeah,
this was great.
It was like hide and seek. And
yeah, but it was like their wedding night.
Yeah,
and they were like, "Welcome to the family. If you survive our board game, then tomorrow you can get married or something like that."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the whole they're like, but the whole thing was that there was like, the reason their family was rich is because like a demon.
Right.
This is like a sacrifice to a demon, and then at the end they're like, oh, it wasn't real, but then the whole family explodes.
Yeah.
And so it was real. So I wonder how this.
Yeah. Well,
how this moves forward when she was the only one who survived.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously they're going to come up with a reason, or they wouldn't be making it.
Maybe they will rebuild the mansion, and then they'll be surprised to find out that even having been rebuilt, it still has the same, haunted qualities and everything.
Or maybe the curse, because she survived.
What I mean, the curse.
She survived the night. Maybe it automatically goes on to her, because I think they did. It was their wedding night.
Right. Right.
Because they got married.
Right. You're right.
Interesting.
Well, anyway, now
down.
that I've been reminded of this franchise,
yeah,
I'm totally down.
Yeah, and this franchise reminds me a lot of what Abigail looks like later this month.
Yes, we're going to talk about that trailer in a minute, but I have switched from having zero interest in Abigail to looking forward to seeing it.
Okay, cool. All right, Jerry Bruckheimer reconfirms the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie will be a reboot.
Interesting.
How do you feel about them making more of these movies?
The fact that it's a reboot makes me okay with it.
Yes.
I would not be okay with Pirates 7.
I don't want a spin-off.
Right.
I want a reboot.
Right.
And I want it somehow different.
Right. If they can reboot Spider-Man every 3 years, they can reboot Pirates of the Caribbean once in our lifetime. And do it right. It's interesting. Now, riddle me this, because I was trying to think of this and I couldn't come up with any. Is there a director/producer at the level of Jeremy Bruckheimer who has rebooted their own franchise? It would be similar to Christopher Nolan coming back and doing a new Dark Knight trilogy.
Right.
I can't think of anybody who has rebooted the same IP that they originally made so famous.
The only thing I can kind of think of, the only person who comes to mind is Ridley Scott.
And the Broccoli family.
Broccoli family?
They reboot James Bond every six or seven.
Yeah. But I was thinking more of like Aliens.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's not involved in every single one. But then he came back and did Prometheus and stuff.
Well, you're absolutely correct that Ridley Scott is the definitive name that you associate with Aliens.
Right.
I mean, so the fact that he's doing a new Aliens, I think counts.
Okay.
As an example. But anyway, I think that's cool. And I'm fully on board with a reboot. I would not have been on board with a spin-off or a sequel. As much as I love Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Did you notice he's in a trailer on our list this week?
Yeah.
Did you notice he's speaking à la France?
I did. Did you watch the trailer?
I did. Le trailer. It's pronounced le trailer.
Are you familiar with Julia Garner?
I am very familiar with her. I first fell in love with her in her role as the insane character on Ozark.
Yeah.
Yes. And I always thought she was my favorite part of that. Well, that's so hard to say because Jason Bateman is amazing. But I want to go back and rewatch Ozark. I loved that show.
Isn't she the person who the clip comes from of, you want to stop me? You'll have to kill me. Yeah.
Yes, it is. And it's so amazing. And she's been in other stuff. She was... She had a starring role in another movie where she played a very strong person.
She was in the show or movie for that lady who pretended to be famous.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. Anna.
Yeah.
Inventing Anna.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And I thought she was great in that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So all of this is to say she has recently been cast for the upcoming Marvel movie in Silver. She has recently been cast as Silver Surfer
in the Fantastic Four movie.
In the Fantastic Four. Do we have a release date on Fantastic Four?
No, they just released the cast. What was it, like a month or so ago?
Is there a boy surfer and a girl surfer?
So,
or is she the Silver Surfer?
It depends. So here, people are upset because you have people upset because it's a woman, which is whatever. But they said that she's not playing. She's playing a version of the Silver Surfer that was a woman, who was the Silver Surfer's wife. But in another dimension, she became the Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Silver Surfer is one of those characters that's kind of like ambiguous. Like, I don't know. There's always a part of you when they go against the grain and you're like, but then at the same time you're like, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
Like, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
But they're making her Norma Rad, his wife or whatever, which everyone's saying, oh, does that mean that this is going to be an alternate reality, or is that just the way they're going to play it in this Marvel universe? So
I bet you that's just the way they're going to play it.
Yeah. Well, the reason people are leaning more and more towards alternate reality is because the version of this New York that you see in the set photos for Fantastic Four is very Art Nouveau and doesn't match like historic properly. And so they're wondering if the Fantastic Four will be from another dimension and somehow get wrapped in, I don't know.
Is this a full-on Marvel movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it has a lot of weight on it because Fantastic Four has done bad.
Right.
And they need to do it well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
I think that goes for just Marvel movies in general.
That's what I was going to say was I can't imagine the pressure on the Marvel team right now that's resting on Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know, Deadpool this summer, and then is the next Marvel movie Fantastic Four? Or do we have one?
I feel like there's another one, but it might be.
But regardless, the pressure's on Ryan Reynolds.
They're slowing down because they're trying to make them better.
Right.
And spaced out. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Anyway.
Okay.
Look, how would you feel about more Matrix movies?
I would not feel good about it.
But how would you feel if there were more Matrix movies not made by the people who ran it into the grave?
I would feel worse about it.
Worse?
Okay, now this is a perfect example. It's great because we just talked about Pirates of the Caribbean, and this is a great contradiction to illustrate I can tell you what my problem is. Pirates of the Caribbean is a fun action movie that takes place in a fun cinematic universe, right? They created the Pirates of the Caribbean universe, and that's great, fun. It's fun. It didn't invent anything like cinematically. It didn't, bend any barriers or bend anybody's minds. There was no question of bending spoons or choosing pills or anything like that. Matrix, on the other hand, is a milestone movie, in my opinion. It's iconic is fair enough, but what I really mean is that the Matrix invented styles of storytelling, concepts. It blew everybody's mind. And like to me, Pirates of the Caribbean is a fun universe that reminds me of a lot of other fun universes. The Matrix, there's nothing like the Matrix except for all the people who tried to imitate it, but there's nothing truly, to me, it's more of a freestanding franchise that should just be left alone to be awesome.
I feel the Matrix should have stopped after the first one.
Agreed.
The only other good thing that came out of it was the Animatrix. And I feel like the Wachowski siblings are not good directors, and they had a fluke.
I think the Matrix should have been stopped after the first one. I give them a pass for doing Matrix 2 and Matrix 3 because I probably would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not going to give you a pass. Like, now time has passed and we've moved on.
And they had another one, remember?
No. Matrix 4?
Just like last year.
A Matrix movie?
Yeah, it was Matrix 4 with Keanu was back and everything. And it wasn't very good. Neil Patrick Harris was the villain.
I'm completely blank on that.
Really?
That's how good it was.
That's how good it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not great.
Anyway, all of this is to say I said what I said, and I don't like the idea of somebody trying to reboot.
This isn't even a reboot. This is just another Matrix movie.
Well, is it at least being directed by somebody who made a bad horror movie?
I hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they could get somebody like, I don't know, just random, like, just off the top of my head, like Drew Goddard. He's the guy, I don't know if you remember this, he's the guy who directed Cabin in the Woods.
Which is supposed to be, is like one of those really good horror movies.
Top shelf.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm being a jerk because it's funny. No, I know it, and I think I even saw it. Yeah. But like, do you know? Is Cabin in the Woods respected? Is it supposed to be? It is. It is. So Drew Goddard is supposed to be like a high end guy. I don't know. Whatever. I shouldn't poo poo this. Warner Brothers knows what they're doing.
They don't. They don't. Like, originally when I read this, I was like, oh, that's great. But then the more I think about it, I was like, the sequels really ruined the universe. Like, after the first one, like they had the games, and it was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to do all these other, like, other people in the Matrix who had abilities and stuff, but no. Then the movies went and, like...
So are you telling me this is going to be Matrix 5?
Yeah.
I'll have to go remind myself about Matrix 4, and maybe next week I'll come back with a different opinion. Maybe I'll revise my opinion on Matrix 5.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
One thing that's going to influence my opinion between now and then.
Oh.
You're looking at me today. This is like pen.
Yeah, from yesterday, I'm seeing you today.
Right. Now, tomorrow, when we record
No.
next week's show,
Yeah.
I'm going to be a whole different guy because I will have spent 5 full days at CinemaCon just like a sponge, absorbing content, interviews, panels,
presentations. What's the big movie you're going to see this time?
Fall Guy Fall Guy and also Neon's Babes.
Okay.
Which I had acted like I was going to blow off, but then I watched the trailer this week and laughed out loud.
I saw the trailer. I was like, this is Penn all over.
This is my movie. I'm down for this. I like how. Well, anyway, we'll talk about it when it comes out. But we're going to see a Fall Guy. We're going to see Babes. There's a couple other movies we're going to see, and then also what most studios do: Disney, Warner Brothers, Sony, and Universal's also doing this in addition to the Fall Guy. They'll do like a panel presentation for 2 hours where they show like a clip of an upcoming movie, and then like maybe the star of the movie and the director come out and talk about it. Last year when we went to CinemaCon, the two big movies that I came away from being excited about was The Color Purple. Oprah came out and introduced that, and Napoleon, which I was super excited to. They showed us a early clip, the scene where the horses are chasing them across, and then they're like, "Oh my God, it's a lake!" and they start throwing the cannonballs in there and making the ice break. That was a pretty incredible scene. So, CinemaCon is a lot like the movie business in general, where you're looking ahead to CinemaCon and you think this year we're going to watch Fall Guy, but you typically come away from it with something that's not even on your radar that like blew your mind. You know what I mean? Like, and you're like, oh my God, this is what I'm excited for this fall. Yeah. So I'm really excited. I'm going to spend a week out there. I have, a bunch of coffees and breakfasts and dinners lined up with, some are old friends and some are, new studio contacts. I have a few new studio reps that I deal with every Monday who I've never met. You sort of, I'm sure you probably have this at your work too. Like, you become friends with somebody that you've never met, and then you're like, oh my God, it's great to finally meet you. One time I was friends with, I don't want to say who it was or what studio because I don't want to embarrass them, but I was friends with this guy and we really hit it off. We went through some battles together, and went through some, and had some great successes with some big movies, and it was really terrific. And it was like a terrific, like A+ friendship. And then we agreed, this is great. This was last year at CinemaCon. We'll get together. And so we get together and the guy walks in and he's like looking at me and he goes, I thought you'd be younger. And I just picked up this vibe from sitting and talking with him that he was disappointed. I think he thought I was going to be like some cool young, kid.
Was he a cool young hip kid?
No, he was like fucking old as dirt like me. He, by the way, was exactly what I was expecting. You know what I mean? Like, I knew this guy from a mile away.
That's hilarious.
You know what I mean? And I should have said to him, you're exactly as old as I pictured.
He's probably like, oh, I'm so in with the cool young kids and everything.
Right.
And then he's like, oh.
He's like, oh shit, this guy's just an old fart like me.
What's going on here?
And it was funny because literally I never felt the same like high energy connection. It's almost like I should have never met him. You know what I mean? And then by coincidence, just a few months later, we got switched and we got a new, though it wasn't because of me and him. It was the whole entire studio, as most studios frequently do, shuffles their people around, reorganizes. So anyway, now I have a new person, and I'm going to have breakfast with them this year, and hopefully I won't disappoint them as well.
Get ready, you might.
Let's make it.
You told me you were younger.
Right. Let's make it 2 for 2.
Yeah, it's like an inner company joke where they constantly like, guy runs Penn Cinema. Yeah. He's like 20.
He's so cool. He's such a young, fun guy. Yeah. You're gonna love working with him.
Yeah, young buck. Yeah.
Why don't you meet him at CinemaCon? You should definitely. Oh yeah, you should definitely meet him.
Definitely. Meet him. All right. Well, that's all the news fit to print. Oh yeah,
that was a good one. That was like the roly-poly.
I know, but I was like, well, he's not pointing at the mummy this time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The mummy's right here. Don't tell Drew. All right, trailers. We had trailers this week.
I thought, are you downplaying them? You thought they weren't good? I thought every single trailer this week was good. Well, I'm sorry, almost, except for one. Every single trailer was good. I thought every single trailer was like really good. And there were a couple like amazing trailers.
I was interested in every trailer except for one.
Bambi. Okay. All right, well, let's start at the... Oh, my God. I know which one you're going to poo-poo. God forbid we have a fun buddy cop action movie.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, are you talking about Abigail?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, let's start at the top and we'll go... my interest is piqued.
Yeah.
Piqued.
We'll start off with Abigail Trailer 2.
Abigail Trailer 2 is a perfect example of a trailer that did its job.
Okay, now tell me how this one turned you around. Because I got from the other one that it was going to be like a fun, quirky, Ready or Not type of movie. Where it was... Because it looked like horror at the beginning, but then it was like, oh no, this is going to be like kind of like actiony, campy.
This is a full-on horror movie, right?
It's like Ready or Not. Like it's got a lot of jokes in it, and it's going to be fun.
I didn't pick up on that. I mean, I know what you're saying about the first trailer, and I agree with that. But then the first trailer, I was like everything that you just said, but I thought to myself like, it hasn't picked which way it wants to be. It's not like, is it going to be scary or is it going to be a comedy? And now with the second trailer, I'm like, oh, this is definitely a horror movie that has some funny dialogue.
Yeah, no, horror but funny.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I guess I can't articulate why the first one left me meh, and I think it's because the second one, like, clearly showed like, okay, Abigail is an interesting character that you're going to deal with throughout this movie. It's not some vague, possessed girl, who, is almost like a victim, and like everything. Like, this is much more about like it almost reminds me of It. You know what I mean? Where there's like, this this like interesting, crazy character that's torturing everybody.
Yeah. And they figure out she's a vampire like right away.
Right.
But
I don't know what I guess what I'm a simple David. I'm a
simple man.
I'm a simple man.
Well, the simple plan.
I'm a simple dirt farmer from southern Lancaster County.
I've been harvesting this dirt here now for 13 years.
Just a regular dirt merchant.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that might be like a slur. I don't think you can't say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not in this county.
I used to work with these when I worked for the county. I used to have to deal with these farmers from the southern end, and these guys are millionaires, But they all drive like shitty vehicles and wear shitty old clothes because they try to fool you, and they tell you, "Pran, I'm just a simple dirt merchant from Coralville."
Yeah.
And I'm like, bullshit,
Drive my rickety car back to my 20 house mansion.
Right. All right. Anyway.
Abigail 2.
Abigail 2.
I'm fully
No. Abigail, trailer number 2.
Trailer 2.
Yeah, I'm on board, and I forget what I was... Oh, what I was going to say was they had me from the simple... Like, the opening of this trailer is the scene where the girl says to Abigail, "Who's in the cage?"
Then Abigail's...
And then she just grins, and you're like, all right. And as soon as that exchange happened, I was like, all right, I'm on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next movie we have is Bambi: The Reckoning. Now, this is not going to be good.
This is not this is not going to be what film critics would call good.
Yeah. I'm not going to see it. And the trailer was, I think the trailer was only fun because it's only 10 seconds long or whatever. And Bambi flips a car with his antlers.
David.
And that was like,
David, ask me how committed I am to the Penn Cinema podcast.
How committed are you to the Penn Cinema podcast?
David, I am so committed.
Yeah.
That I watched this trailer against every fiber of my being.
Yeah.
Against the instincts in every fiber of my being.
Would you?
I wanted to do anything besides watch this trailer.
Would you?
I am morally opposed. I object, Your Honor, to the existence of... I am offended by the existence of this trailer.
Would you know that I knew... and that's why I chose to put it on the list.
And that, my friends, is how committed David is to the Penn Cinema podcast.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy.
Oh, this is going to be great.
Not going to want to watch this.
He's going to hate this. Let's put it right in there. All right, well, moving on. We have Jean. Last week, we had a trailer, and we had a little French lesson. No, it was a couple weeks ago, a couple episodes ago, because we reviewed the trailer for Joker Le Dieu.
Filet du.
Filet du.
Yeah.
And I thought it was pronounced Diox, but we were all corrected. Is correctly pronounced Le Dieu. And now we have another French movie called Jean de Barry, which I think, is that the name of the girl? Is that the name of the woman?
I think it's Jean.
Jean
de Barry.
Jean de Barry. And this movie is being distributed by Fathom Events. Comes out in May. I love that Fathom is distributing this movie. It's not exactly in their wheelhouse, but I think it's going to be it's going to be a solid hit for them. And it stars Captain Jack Sparrow himself.
Yeah.
Speaking entirely in French.
Yeah.
French, the foreign language, French.
Which made me wonder, does he speak French, or was this really annoying to film? Have him like do his lines over and over and over again.
I bet you that he learned French for the film, and knowing his work ethic, I bet that he learned French.
Yeah, you're probably right. Or just enough to pronounce it.
Just enough. I bet you it was not annoying the film.
Here's the thing. The movie looks great.
The movie looks amazing, and I have to eat crow a little bit, or not eat crow. I have to admit that this movie, with Johnny Depp and Fathom Events attached,
makes
me need to rethink my snobby opinion of Vertical.
Oh,
because it's a Vertical movie, and usually I've historically poo-pooed a lot of their content because they've made a lot of cheap payday movies. But I think that this is a winner. And if this is Vertical trying to improve their reputation and get, more successful, better movies, then I need to give them the chance to do that. And I will say, I think this movie looks amazing.
You know what this looks like to me? A gamble that could pay off.
Yes. Perfect.
If you can get people to see it, I think it'll pay off.
You know who can get people to see weird shit like this? Fathom.
And here's I think that this movie was made before Johnny Depp's what do you want to call it? Revival. There was there was a period of time where he was soft canceled.
Yep.
And then the everything took a hard left turn. Instead of being on him, it turned to be on Amber.
What was the last movie we saw Johnny Depp in?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but I hope this marks a good, clean comeback for him. And I think you articulated it perfectly. This is a gamble that could pay off.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna.
This is fighting me for my trailer of the week. I think it might be.
No, me too, but this was a great trailer.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. I got other top ones.
Next up is my least liked trailer. Pool Man.
Is this the one that you were objecting to that you thought was bad?
Yeah.
What's your problem? Is it because you hate Vertical?
Yeah.
You refuse to enjoy a Vertical movie?
Yeah. That's it. No, you nailed it. I said Vertical? I would never speak highly of it.
Pool Man stars Chris Pine, and I'm blanking on the others.
De Niro.
No.
Yeah.
De Niro? I did not see De Niro in Pool Man.
It was Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Thank you, tough guy.
Basically the same.
Basically the same.
Yeah.
One of the world's greatest ever actors, and the guy from Taxi.
And one of the shortest ever actors.
No, you don't think this...
Goldie Hawn too, right?
No, not Goldie Hawn. It's not Goldie Hawn, but it's somebody like that.
Yeah. This movie did not.
I don't understand how you could not like this movie. I thought this looked like this was this competed for my trailer of the week. I thought it looked like so much fun.
This movie, the trailer bored me so much I almost turned it off. I'm not joking. I really wanted to turn it off. I was like, I get it.
Annette Bening is who you were thinking of.
Yeah.
But it also stars one of my old school favorites who we haven't seen much of lately, Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Obviously.
There's no mention of Robert De Niro. That's interesting.
No. Well, that's because he's under his surname, Danny DeVito.
He's under the nom de plume.
Yeah, exactly.
David, I just want to say, just to close the loop on this, first of all, you're a snob for not liking this movie. And second of all, this until I watched some other trailers, this was my trailer of the week. Because now, let me just ask you. Okay, so granted, you think it's going to be a dumb movie. Did you appreciate the unique style of how the trailer was crafted?
I think that's what made me hate it.
Oh, you had a negative reaction to a unique...
The way that it was edited together was instantly just...
But the vehicle for it was the main character breaks the fourth wall and talks directly to the moviegoers about what this movie's about. Right? He's writing this letter. Dear moviegoer, this trailer... Please enjoy the following trailer. This is a movie about Bobby Bob. And he narrates throughout the entire trailer.
I missed that part of it.
That's the whole thing.
He's talking to his therapist.
He's typing on his typewriter.
The pool man?
Yeah. Chris Pine, long hair, gray beard, gets hired to be a detective. And he takes his camera out and she's like, you would be a great detective. And he's taking pictures from across the street, but the lens cap is still on the camera.
I wonder if there's more than one trailer.
Maybe.
And we watched different ones.
We might have watched different ones because I definitely watched the good one.
Mine was all about him going to the therapist and being like, I'm not qualified to do this.
Did you see him underwater?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's interesting. Well, anyway, if you watch the good trailer, watch the good trailer.
Don't watch the bad one.
Wait, yeah, watch the one that I watched, not the one that David watched. Next, we have my trailer of the week from Neon, which I'm looking forward to seeing next week at CinemaCon, Babes. Your thoughts on this?
Looks pretty hilarious. I like the main actress. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But it's all about...
well, I think you could summarize it. I thought they put this little clip on the screen towards the end of the trailer, and I thought it summarized it perfectly. This movie is to pregnancy to childbirth what Bridesmaids is to weddings. Yeah. Like it's two women, at different, one of them just had a baby, one's newly pregnant, and it looks raunchy as hell, but also honest and funny and endearing, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, the whole part where she's like, oh man, adulthood really destroys best friends. At that point, like where they were talking about how like life just gets in the way of
friendship.
Like where when you're in your 20s or whatever, or 30s, like you just would get up and do anything with your best friend, and then you have kids. And then
one of my best friends in the world that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And then we literally went, because we didn't live near each other anymore, we went at least 10, maybe 20 years without seeing each other.
Yeah.
And for a number of years, weren't even in touch. Now I talk to him every day, and because my kids are out and his kids are still in the house, but they're, getting a little bit older, we're a little bit reconnected. And yeah, it's interesting how that happens. The two stars, I've never heard of either one of them. I don't know if I should have or whatever, but the two women who played the two best friends are Ilana Glazer. I don't know how do you pronounce that. Llana. Is that Yana? Yana Glazer and Michelle Buteau. A lot of French in this episode.
Yeah.
You better get your French American.
I thought the main girl was, maybe she just looks like Jenny Slate. That's why I'm getting them confused.
There's nobody in this movie. Oliver Platt has a small role. Other than him, there's nobody in this movie that I've heard of. But whatever. I don't care.
I like the part where there's the twin doctors that she's seeing.
Yes.
And she's like, so I'm pregnant. And he's like, yay, single mother. And he's like, she might not. It's her choice. And he's like, yay, single.
And she's just staring at him, dead ass, cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is my trailer of the week. I can't wait to see it. It's directed by Pamela Adlon, who, is, I think you would describe her as up and coming, maybe. But I love the fact that it's directed by a woman. I think this is going to be great. My trailer of the week called Babes from the studio Neon. Neon has a little bit more. How would you compare them? They're a little bit art housey, but they've had some success with what you would call mainstream.
Right.
And would you compare them to A24?
Yeah.
They're both kind of comparable.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what they can do with this movie. The fact that they're screening it at CinemaCon tells me that they are going all in on trying to make this a wide release, mainstream commercial hit. And I respect them, and I love that they're trying to do it without 2 A-list actresses.
Well, speaking of 2 A-list actresses.
Best segue ever.
Bad Boys, Ride or Die. I'm in. I think the trailer looks fun. I'm the type of guy who, like, I remember liking Bad Boys 1 and 2. Everything else since has just been kind of like almost guilty pleasure status, where it's like, I don't really remember or care about it, but I'm there to see it, and I'll watch it, and I'll probably have a good time.
Yeah. I agree. It's fine. It's like I'll definitely see it when it comes out, but the trailer is exactly what you would expect a Bad Boys trailer to be.
Right.
Nothing more, nothing less. Like whatever.
I think the line of the trailer is Martin Lawrence is upset. The joke is going to be he's fat,
snacks,
and he needs to get skinny.
Yeah.
And he goes and the one guy, he's like, you're eating my snacks. You need to get a job. He's like, I'm a Marine. He's like, well, you get deployed.
Time to deploy. Yeah. I love the running joke of snacks, and I don't know the franchise well enough to know if that's like a new joke.
I think that started in the last one. I think he got either diagnosed with diabetes or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it was just one of those funny, we're getting older type of things.
Yeah. Okay. The last trailer really should have been my trailer of the week. The reason why it was not was because it was kind of a teaser trailer.
Yeah.
But I would say this is the movie I'm most excited for out of all these movies.
This is the one that I was saying, I'm going to give my trailer of the week to Jean DeBerry because it was an actual trailer.
Yeah.
But this is like...
Yeah.
This would have been, if there would have more to it.
Right. Exactly.
Everything that I wanted.
Exactly names, how I feel.
The directors.
How long are we going to talk about this trailer without saying a name? Who got pissed off at us that one time? Top 10 Sarah. Let's not say what trailer we're talking about. Make her try to guess. All right, let me give you some clues and try to guess the trailer that we're talking about. Yes, they will.
No one's ever going to guess this.
It co-stars the exact same cast, almost, as Poor Things.
Yeah, almost the exact
same director,
cast.
Same leading woman, same leading man.
Yeah.
But also Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, right. But also Jesse Plemons.
Right. The movie is called Kinds of Kindness,
and it was his other movie,
and it is directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, who directed Poor Things, but also The Favorite, and also a few other amazing movies. It stars Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe. I love Willem Dafoe, even though I hate that I hate Willem. Just be fucking William.
Yeah.
Come on. All right, so it stars William Dafoe.
Yeah,
coming from a guy named Penn. Just be Ben.
Come on. Just be Ben.
Just be Ben.
Yeah.
What do you think you're too good to be Ben?
You want to hear a fake name?
Yeah.
Penn. Ketchum.
That's a fake name if
totally
I've ever seen one. It's a nom de plume.
Yeah, no one's actually called Penn.
Right.
And Ketchum's the guy from the Pokemon.
Right, who wrote Dennis the Menace.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. No, this trailer doesn't really show anything other than all the things you need to know that he's done good in the past.
It doesn't. Here's what it tells you. Here's what it shows you. It shows you that this is your most anticipated movie of June of 2024.
Right. Yeah.
And at the end it says in select theaters.
Right.
It's from Searchlight.
So get ready to all this hype for it in June, but you won't get to see it till September.
I think you'll see it in Lidditz in June.
Oh yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I think they are going to. That's too close. June 21st is too close to the 4th of July. So they're going to want to get this movie out before. They don't want to lose this movie behind Minions and some of the sort of massive summertime releases that are coming out. I could be totally wrong on this. It could be the opposite, where it's in New York and LA on June 21st, and it's in Lidditz like after that hump, July 21st. But I hope and I think that you'll see it in Lidditz July or June 21st, or maybe June 29th or 28th, I guess. But anyway, Kinds of Kindness looks like a ton of fun. I highly recommend you go watch a teaser and make sure this movie's on your radar.
Yeah. Well,
and
those are all
and
the
don't
trailers.
come at me that Hollywood's out of fresh ideas.
Yeah. Come on, Hollywood. All right, that's all for our trailers this week. Now we have a doubleheader.
Or in some cases, a single header. What? What?
Is that true?
What would that mean if we had if one of us had a double header and one of us had a single header? What would that mean?
It's almost like
A triple.
What? Okay, so what movie did you see?
I saw an amazing movie directed by the star of Monkey Man called Monkey Man. Directed and starring Dev Patel. Patel. Shall we review this one first?
Sure.
This movie disappointed me.
Yes.
But here's the saving grace. The fight sequences, there was 3 major, like, extended, sustained fight sequences, fight/chase sequences, and they were among the best I've ever seen. They were incredible fight sequences, and they were really well done, and it was great. Everything in between and after those sequences was disappointing.
Yes.
Because it was in my opinion, it was very formulaic. But I wouldn't even say it was formulaic like the way I sometimes try to take movies off the hook by calling them a pizza movie, because it was formulaic as if it was an 80s movie, interspersed with cutting edge 2024 level fight sequences.
It was out of order.
True, also.
Like, flashbacks are good for storytelling, but when you rely on them for all your storytelling, but then you don't give the flashbacks till way later. Like, the first half of the movie, or first quarter of the movie, act, or whatever you want to call it, I guess, it's intriguing, but you have no idea what his motivation really is. You just kind of know bad thing happened to family. He's clearly trying to get revenge on these people, but you don't know.
What was the recent movie we saw where the flashbacks were a little kid appearing to run out of a burning cornfield? Oh, it was Bob Marley. It was Bob Marley, and that's a good example of where they used the flashbacks for storytelling in a more measured fashion that better, more successfully contributed to the storytelling.
Yeah.
Somehow, I'm agreeing fully with what you're saying. Somehow the flashbacks to this one felt disjointed and awkward.
Yeah, but to the point where when it got to time for all the exposition dumping, it was super boring.
Right.
And you're like, well, I don't care anymore. Like,
I will also say, and this is probably more of a problem with me than a problem with the movie, stories that include a lot of sex trafficking and children and stuff like that just make me, I mean, I know I'm soft or whatever, but it just makes me so uncomfortable. Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah. So I will say for a first outing, his first directorial debut, it's an okay first step. Acting wise and action wise, I think he does a good action star. I'm cool with him being in more action.
Yeah.
Directing more action.
Sure.
But
hopefully he gets better writers.
Yeah, it just didn't quite.
Yeah.
It just left you down just a little bit. So you're just kind of like, well, I didn't hate it, but I also didn't like it.
Right.
So
I think the word that comes to the top of my mind is disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I thought it looked awesome.
I'm going to have to give it worst movie I've ever seen.
Worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah. Then I also saw our original homework.
What makes you think I didn't?
Because you said you didn't.
I did not see Kong versus Godzilla.
It's Godzilla versus Kong.
I didn't see that one. I didn't even see that one either.
It's Godzilla x Kong.
Right.
New Empire.
Yeah.
This was better than Monkey Man.
Okay.
It was surprisingly, actually, let me take that back. This movie was surprisingly good for what it is.
So would you say that Monkey Man was not as good as you had hoped and Godzilla was better than you had hoped?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They toned down how much human stuff was in it.
Okay.
And they really made the humans just like a side story that didn't ultimately affect the monsters too much.
How was the plot line of King Kong saving the little girl at the risk of upsetting the other monkeys, and when he had to climb up the cliff with her, but the other Godzillas, with the King Kongs, were chasing him along the beach, but then later the two of them were like tied together as if they had been captured? What was that like? Did Godzilla free them? How did they get out of that mess?
Oh, you talking about Planet of the Apes?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Johnson Heston?
Do I have my monkey movies mixed up?
Surprisingly, those monkeys are smaller.
Monkey Man, King Kong, and
Yeah.
Planet of the Apes all within 30 days of each other.
Yeah, Godzilla X Kong should have been called Kong X Godzilla because it was a Kong movie.
Oh, okay.
And Godzilla's just sleeping around, absorbing radiation until the
Interesting.
end battle.
Okay.
A lot of monkey talk. A lot of. So at one point, he uses the little monkey to beat the other monkeys in the face, which was funny. If you like to see monsters smash into things, it's a good movie.
Great.
It was. I don't know how to say other than it was just entertaining.
Yeah.
So best movie I've ever seen.
Would you say it was fine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was more than fine. Goonies Jason said he wanted to give it a 10 out of 10,
Okay.
which I think is really strong. I think it was better than I expected. I left feeling entertained. I'll also acknowledge that it's a really stupid movie.
Yeah.
So
Would you say this is a pizza movie?
This is a
So?
pizza movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it like in a good way.
yeah, in a good way. Like it was fine.
Okay. Cool.
So, all right, what are we watching next week?
Next week, we've talked about it. This has been a high-profile movie. This is A24's attempt to foray into mainstream, wide-release commercial stardom with Civil War.
And I hear that you saw this already.
I did not. I was supposed to, and I went to a doctor's appointment that ran long. God forbid.
Gross.
God forbid at 10:40 they call you in when your appointment's at 10:40.
How dare they?
I know.
Yeah. Now you're a little trepidatious about this.
I am a little trepidatious, David.
See how we use those big words?
Yeah, that's French.
Yeah, we can,
That's French for nervous.
Leery.
Leery would be a good word. So I was impressed from the trailer. The trailer made me feel as though this was going to be a political movie. So I emailed my friend at A24 and I said, is this a movie that's going to piss off the political right? Or is this a movie that's going to piss off the political left?
Yeah.
Like, who's the bad guy? You know what I mean? Is the bad guy, the far right people, or is the bad guy the woke left?
Right.
And she assured me, and I generally trust her, she assured me this is not a political movie. She said, we want this to be an action movie. This is chase scenes and stuff blowing up, and it's through the lens of a photojournalist. And I find it impossible to believe that you're going to have a movie called Civil War, where parts of America split off from other parts of America, and then Jesse Plemons questions, "What kind of American are you?"
Yeah.
That this is going to, not be a political movie, but we'll see. We'll definitely watch this movie, and we'll see.
I have heard from other reviews that it also isn't political.
Okay, good.
So I'm curious in how they actually pull that off.
Well, I will tell you this. This movie plays it has a full IMAX footprint, a big IMAX movie, and ticket sales are great.
Okay.
So, I think they're off to a good start. I'm not saying the ticket sales are awesome, but they're good, solid pre-sales.
Cool. All right. Well, next week we're going to watch Civil War. Now let's get into some listener feedback, comments, and so forth.
Nick, land this plane already.
Yeah, seriously.
A nickname that you came up with that I think is one of the best.
I mean, it was right there.
But it wasn't. I mean, that's what's so great about it. It's one of those, like, as soon as you said it, I'm like, oh my God, it's right there. It's so obvious. But I would have never come up with it on my own. Like,
well, I'm a genius.
yes. I know. Landis Plane already asked me about Sony, and is there any chance that we could see The Amazing Spider-Man in 3D or Le Gasp, Dare to Dream, IMAX 3D? It's one of those rare dual camera filmed 3D movies, and I'd love to see it in that format again.
Now, this is following up a thing that he wrote in from the week before, and we talked about how starting next week, 15th.
April 15th, next Monday.
Yeah, we're going to have the Spider-Man movies every Monday.
It was a great idea, and I told them so.
Yeah.
And then I went to Sony and I said, hey, is there any chance we could get The Amazing Spider-Man in IMAX 3D? And my guy said, let me ask this other department in Sony. So they copied me on an email to this other department in Sony, the repertory department, who's terrific. We deal with them all the time, and we love working with them. And they said, let's ask IMAX. And then we asked IMAX. And I'm not saying that anybody dropped the ball or that IMAX failed to reply, but I still don't know.
Weird. Could have gone wrong anywhere.
Could have gone anywhere.
We're not sure where.
Right. But I have to be completely honest and say that reading this listener note reminded me that this remained an open question, and I'm still committed to trying to get it. So don't give up hope yet. If I can stick that IMAX show in, I absolutely will. And what I will do is do it at the exact same time as the current Amazing Spider-Man, so that you don't have to. You don't have to.
Yeah,
what am I trying to say? Yeah, that you don't have to be confused.
Yeah.
And then if you're making plans to see that one, if we can suddenly have the IMAX 3D one available, we'll refund your ticket and transfer you over to the IMAX theater.
Yeah.
They'll be the same price.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. All right. Then we heard from someone who needs no introduction, yet has one of the longest ones.
It's the final countdown. The final countdown.
David, I think before we get into her note, I just want to tell you how much I really appreciate you encouraging. I remember at the staff meeting when we were talking about her nickname, and Mike was like, "Hey, we ought to find like that song, The Final Countdown."
Yeah, the real.
And play that clip every time we introduce a letter from her. And you, to your credit, you were like, "Nah, guys, we can do better than this." And everybody around the table was like, "How could we do better?" And you were like, "We will just record it ourselves."
We can do better by doing worse. And everyone's mind exploded.
I remember Elizabeth fell right out of her chair.
Yeah, she said it.
Yeah. Blew her mind.
How?
Right. She needed to excuse herself. She fell right out of her chair and then had to go collect her. I said to her, I remember saying, just collect yourself.
Yeah.
Before you come back.
And I remember we didn't see her. She's like, I shit my pants.
She had to go home, get a whole new outfit.
Yeah.
Which is super awkward. But not the first time.
Yeah, that's the thing. Nobody was really that shaken up by it.
Not the first time a staff member had to go home because they shit themselves during a staff meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd think we just have extra clothes here.
By now, we would have learned.
All right. Top 10 Sarah says, David was talking about waiting in line to get into the theaters before reserved seating. She said, those were some of my favorite memories. Not with Lord of the Rings, though, but Harry Potter. I had a bunch of friends that would get in line as soon as we could. Whoever got off work first would have to head to the theater and save spots for the rest of us. We would sit and talk for an hour or so before the doors open. It became part of the experience, and thanks for bringing back such nostalgia.
I love it. You know what I thought about when I read this letter? Like, do you have any regrets in life?
So many.
Some regrets.
So many.
So many regrets.
So many. I mean, I wish I could count how many episodes we had.
Name that movie.
Name what?
No Regrets.
No Regrets? Is that from Superbad?
Nope. I mean, it might also be, but I don't think so.
It's someone gets it as a tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We Are the Millers.
Okay.
We're the Millers.
Yeah.
The boyfriend, the young with the hat.
Yeah.
And then after the movie, they have him in all the what do you call it? Outtakes. What do you call this? Bloopers. And he's the low key like stole the show from a great movie, a good fun movie. That dude was hilarious. And he had the No Regrets. I think he did. I wonder, maybe
might be from something else.
I might be remembering that wrong, but if he didn't have a No Regrets tattoo, he should.
He should have.
Anyway, what this made me think of is I remember those days.
Yeah.
Working at the theater, you know, and there would always be these guys and people in line. And if I was walking to open the IMAX or if I was, doing something in the main lobby, I would say hi to them, and sort of, how you doing? It's exciting. And they'd ask, have you seen it yet? And sometimes I had, and sometimes I hadn't, we'd chit chat just for like a minute. And when I read this note from Sarah, it's like one of those things like you don't realize what you have until it's gone. And my regret is I wish I had spent more time hanging out with people in line.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if there's lines forming, then by definition I'm having a busy day. You know what I mean? But I could have spent, a little more time hanging out,
Top of the food chain, That's you got all the swimmers to take care of stuff.
That's it.
Right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I sent some kids out to go talk to them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I'm not saying take time to talk to them.
No, God.
Send some kids out to talk to them.
Hey, come here. You see those poor sods sitting out there?
Make them feel like they're special.
Right. Go ask them what they think. Pretend like you give a shit. All right. And to keep it in the family, the next letter we have is from everyone's favorite sister. Man, I was behind on podcast listening. I had to catch up from all of February and March. I have a few thoughts on these podcasts. Before we get into her thoughts, can we just express our concern? Like, we have these listeners.
Yeah.
And God help them, they listen to the show. God only knows why.
That's what's wrong with you.
Right. Okay, but that's one level.
Yeah.
And then, what are you telling me? Are you telling me that you listen to like multiple episodes, like you caught up? I guess you don't. I guess.
Sounds like it.
I guess if you skip episodes, then you're out of the loop.
Look, as I know we're making fun.
Yeah.
But I do this too.
Yeah.
Because I have certain podcasts that I listen to, and I'm listening to the Nintendo podcast right now, but I was like 2 months behind. I'm listening to every episode in order.
Yeah, I hear you. I've done that.
But it's not, the stuff isn't relevant anymore.
Right.
But I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it. All right. Anyway, everyone's favorite sister writes in and says, first of all, I can't believe y'all didn't catch it, but Penn must have some kind of pull with Disney. On the February 19th podcast, y'all were discussing that The Rock had not yet signed on to Moana 2. Penn mentioned that he was going to speak with Bob Iger to make sure The Rock signed. I was referring to my weekly breakfasts.
With Bob
With
Iger.
Bob.
Yeah.
Bobby.
The one who every time he's like, I thought you were younger. Every week.
Why are you so old?
Okay.
That's a dead ass
I need to write that down.
That is a true story.
Yeah.
That was the first words that this man said to me. Kind of looked at me a little disappointed and was like, I think he might have even said like, I don't know. I don't know. I thought you'd be younger.
That's hilarious. I mean, it's like so backhanded insulting. It's like weird and tone setting for the whole conversation.
Right.
I thought you just sounded.
It wasn't
smarter
said
on the
with
phone.
any malice at all.
Yeah.
But just a factual statement.
Yeah.
And incredibly insulting at the same time.
Exactly. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Love you, man. So Penn mentioned that he was going to speak to Bob Iger about getting The Rock signed on to Moana 2. Lo and behold, so we mentioned that on the show on February 19th. Lo and behold, on February 28th,
Whoa.
a week later, just moments after Penn's weekly breakfast with Bob, reports surfaced that The Rock was signed. Coincidence or a secret Disney contact? We may never know. Yeah, that's neat.
You may never know.
So what I'm drawing for, obviously I don't have breakfast with Bob Iger once a week.
Wait.
It's like monthly.
Okay, all right. I was like, you've been lying to me about your breakfast,
Right.
Bob Iger?
Right. But what I'm getting from this, obviously I don't ever have breakfast. I can say pretty sure, fairly confident that I've never had breakfast with Bob Iger.
What?
I don't think I've even met the man. But what I can say that's obviously, plain as the nose on your face is that obviously Bob Iger listens to the Penn Cinema podcast.
Now that's,
that checks out.
That fully checks out.
Speaking of Disney, Everyone's favorite sister goes on to say, how wild is it that they're letting an R-rated Deadpool be the linchpin in the MCU reset? A few years ago, Disney didn't want anything to do with the R rating. Then they put it on Disney Plus, which was super controversial, and now it's a critical movie. Look at Disney pulling on the big boy pants and joining the rest of the film industry.
Wow.
One last note, popcorn buckets, specifically the Dune ones. Did you see Dune?
Dune?
Yeah, it's based on a book. No, but you don't have to read. You don't have to read the book because the movie's totally different.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so just relax. You're okay.
Yeah.
Specifically, the Dune popcorn buckets. My husband believes every marketing department needs to pass every product past a review board of 13 to 15-year-old boys. If there's anything even remotely sexually inappropriate, they will find it. You have no idea the insanity around popcorn buckets until you've been to a Disney park. Walt Disney World released a Figment, if you know, you know, I don't know. Walt Disney World released a Figment bucket, and there was a 4-hour wait to get one. 4 hours, double exclamation points. There are strict limits on how many you can buy, but they still end up on eBay selling for hundreds of dollars. I have a few comments on this.
Yeah.
First of all, IDK. She wrote, if you know, you know, and I don't know. Well, she didn't write if you know. She wrote IYKYK, to which I replied IDK, which because I'm so young and I'm so young and hip.
Yeah, well,
I know. I'm not going to spell it out.
I thought you'd be younger, but
I'm not going to spell it out like an old man. I'm just going to write IDK.
Right.
Do you know what Figment is?
It's from Fantasia.
Okay.
I think it's a dragon.
Okay. So the second thing I wanted to comment on this is that we saw this in dramatic fashion with Ghostbusters. First of all, kudos to whoever designed the Ghostbusters popcorn buckets because there were like 4 or 5 different ones to choose from.
Okay.
Every single one of them was super cool. We quickly sold out of every single one of them. And on the spot, on Friday morning, while we were open serving customers, we had to have an immediate, like in a little emergency meeting between me and Joel to determine, and Drew, to determine, are we limiting? We have people walking in saying, I want to buy 6 of each one.
Because they want to take them and sell them.
Whatever. I don't, so we had to like immediately. So what we decided, I'm curious if you think this is a good policy or bad policy. What we decided was that on opening weekend, the policy would be one style of popcorn bucket, like if a family of 4 came in, they could buy 4 popcorn buckets. Or one of each, or if one person came in and wanted to buy one of each style, they could buy 4 popcorn. One person could buy 4 popcorn buckets if it was one of each. And then on Monday, if we had any left over, we would lift that restriction. I think that's fair. I think that's fair because the primary reason we sell those is to make money, to be honest. But a very close second is for the fun of it. Right. And we want the most possible customers to be able to walk in and have the fun of buying a popcorn bucket. So therefore, I don't want to sell 25, to one person. I would much rather have a family come in later that afternoon and still have, a bucket available for the fun of selling to them. Right. So anyway, that was interesting, and I thought I would share that story about Ghostbusters.
They're getting more and more elaborate.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a whole thing. One of the Ghostbusters popcorn bucket took me a little bit to figure out where you put the popcorn.
Yeah.
Because it was the Ghostmobile. What do you call it? The Ecto-mobile? Ecto 1 or something. And it turns out it looks like a car. It looks like the Ectomobile. And then it turns out there's a little tiny spot just big enough for you to stick your thumb and flip open the whole roof with all the gear and everything folds open.
See, that's cool.
It's super cool. It's so cool.
Yeah. Now the ones that I feel like we've crossed the line with how cool they are.
Yes.
But they were like the Dune one is literally just a lid.
Right.
And
the controversial part is the lid.
Yeah. But even so, like some of these buckets beforehand would have been like $40, $50 for just like weird designs on the outside, and they weren't as innovative as they are now.
Right.
Now they're like really cool and even more collectible because it's not just the same bucket with a different design.
Right.
On it.
So I'm going to CinemaCon next week, and one of the homework assignments that Drew gave me was to make sure I visited Golden Link and the other one, you know, to make sure I get any intel I can on future popcorn buckets coming down the line, because they're, as you correctly mentioned, they're getting more and more elaborate and exciting. And Drew, who, you know, does the majority of our marketing, the vast majority, you know, he plans around them now.
Yeah.
And we got customers who write in and ask us, are you going to have this one? Are you going to have that one? When can I come in and get one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Cool. All right. Well, we have one more letter, and it's from a dear old friend. That's right. Get your dance on for Frodo.
Still dancing.
Well, you had to get your
I'm
workout.
tired.
Yeah.
Tired. Got to work out. Because I busted into a full move, forgetting how long that intro is.
And I just let it sit because I was like, this is a show.
Yeah.
No one else is here.
Right.
But I am enjoying you exhaust yourself for this.
Well, once you start, you got to commit.
Right.
Commit to the bit.
That's why I didn't even start.
That's it.
I just sat here and waited.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's why. All right. You're going to have to field this one, although I love it.
Okay.
There's a lot of big words.
Frodo wrote us
Or one big word.
An avalanche of comments on I love her Too Long Didn't Read at the beginning. With no context of what she was referring to, she just said, Too Long Didn't Read. I agree with David, but also separately agree with Penn.
Right.
The end.
Which
on what? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. The way I read that was, I agree with Penn.
I feel like there was some other stuff.
Was there other stuff that I missed?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
But what she was talking about was me saying how I need things explained. Right. And I don't like. She agrees with me on a lot of missing out on a lot of the 80s and movies and stuff like Goonies and stuff where they just didn't vibe check with me.
Right.
And I want a little bit more out of them, or Ghostbusters or whatever we're talking about. But she said in the same vein, she's with you where you're like, things don't always need to be over-explained. But then she was going into about how that usually comes along with the sequels, and where I was like, oh, I liked Ghostbusters because they finally explained it. But at the same time, you can have problems like Star Wars where they're like, the Force is caused by midichlorians in your blood cells, and you're like, no one needed
to know that.
Yeah, that wasn't really.
Not only did no one need to know that, but, and I think if I remember correctly, she agreed that almost took away from it.
Right.
It's like explaining an abstract painting. You look at a beautiful abstract painting, and it means 100 things to 100 different people.
Right.
But then if the artist comes out and says, look, it's a fire escape.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it's like, oh, well, now it means one thing to 99 people.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So an interesting look.
So she introduced the phrase, looking for midichlorians. Midichlorians.
Yeah.
Had you ever heard that phrase before?
No.
No. And I'm curious if she invented that.
Well, do you know what midichlorians
It's
in Star Wars?
Everybody knows that. It's the things that are in the bloodstream that cause the Force.
Right. You either got them or you don't.
You got them or you
everyone's
don't.
got them, but you have to have more of them to get shit done.
There was also a lot of fancy words in this. I loved this email, and I actually did read the entire thing, even though what I like to do most with Frodo's emails, and I didn't do it this time because I just forgot, but what I like to do is I get a little sticky note next to the out while I'm reading it on my computer screen. And then I keep a running list of big words.
Words you didn't know.
Or either words I didn't know or just big words.
Yeah.
You know.
Your vocab for the day.
Yeah. I'm definitely, my vocabulary is definitely better for having read Frodo's emails. Because I have to admit, and I'm sure that you assumed this, but no, I did not know what midichlorians were. I had never heard that phrase.
Yeah.
But I thought that her introduction of that phrase like hit the nail on the head perfectly, you know, as, you know, relevant to many conversations you and I have, you know, had over the years on a variety of things where you're like, oh, there needs to be a background. And I'm like, pew, pew.
Yeah, exactly. Star Trek versus Star Wars.
Right.
There.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to, can we read the little text box that she included in her note. It was a retweet of something that somebody wrote that says, the neurodivergent urge to over-explain any concept because you need to provide clarification to avoid being misunderstood. Love it.
It's real.
It's very real. And you, Frodo, you be you, man. You know what I mean? Like, keep those long emails. I love them.
Yeah.
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 There's no such thing as over-explaining when you're writing the Penn Cinema podcast.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
And if you want to over-explain to us,
Right.
the best way to do that is to email us podcast@penncinema.com. Now, Penn, what in the world is up with you?
I have been watching on Apple Plus Palm Royale.
Never heard of it.
Amy and I have been watching it. It stars Kristen Wiig and CJ from The West Wing and Laura Dern and her dad Bruce Dern and Carol Burnett. You didn't even know Carol Burnett was still alive.
I didn't.
Yeah, well, she's barely alive, and in this movie, she's literally in a coma. Or it's not a movie; it's a show. In this show, she's in a coma. I don't know. I don't. Amy and I both have a little bit of a problem with it, but it's good enough that we keep watching it.
Okay.
I'm not saying don't watch it, and I'm not saying drop what you're doing to go watch it. But if you're in the market for a fun, stylized, good show, this is it. You know, it takes place in the 60s or something like that. Anyway, I'm also, I did a lot of driving in the last couple of weeks, caught up on podcasts. My second favorite podcast, Smartless.
Well, yeah.
Are you familiar with that one? So good. And I listened to the one with Jake Gyllenhaal and Amy Schumer and another one. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. What are you up to?
Well, Invincible's been the new season of the new season of Invincible and X-Men 97
Obviously.
have been happening. Invincible's been great. X-Men 97 I love, but I've realized I think I just love how it looks. I can't really say go watch this. Like if you were into it as a kid,
Yeah.
you'll enjoy it, but it's more just like it just looks so much like what I remember watching as a kid that I'm into it. I tried watching The Three Body Problem.
Oh, tell me more, because that's on my list.
Because I don't know if you remember, a few months ago, I was like, I've been trying to read The Three Body Problem, and it's one of the first books I've ever just stopped reading.
The three bottom problem?
Three Body Problem.
Imagine if you had three bottoms, like three ass cheeks.
You'd be farting so much.
You did twice the farting power.
But if you hooked different horns up to them, you could make a song.
Right, you could play the
tones.
Dukes of Hazzard theme.
Yeah, exactly.
the Dukes of
I know, but when you farted, you could take that. Yeah, I've eaten so many beans. Anyway, Three Body Problem. The movie does a little bit better of a job, or the show does a little bit better of a job of making it interesting, but it's still just not that interesting to me at all. And I keep trying to have to remind myself to go watch it.
Yeah.
But, and this week I was at home and I was like, I'm getting ready for bed.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, wait a second. My Star Trek sense is tingling.
Oh.
What's going on? How did I not know that Thursday was the premiere date for the last season of Discovery? So, of course, I got to watch both episodes.
Jackpot.
Stay up late.
Yeah.
Watching 2 episodes of Star Trek and thinking, man, this show really reminds me how much greater the other Star Trek shows are.
How was your work productivity on Friday?
On point. On point.
So good.
So great. The best. And
Because you love your job.
I was like, remember Star Trek? I do. All right. Well, next week we're going to be reviewing Civil War.
The apolitical action masterpiece.
Right. If you want to tell us about Civil War or anything else, please email us podcast@penncinema.com. But if you want to tell people about the show and support us, how would you go about doing that?
Well, the first thing you would do is start writing into the show so that we can give you a nickname, which a lot of people refer to as nom de plume.
Yeah.
So you got to develop yourself a good nom de plume, and then what you want to do. I mean, if you care about the show.
Yeah.
If you care at all.
Yeah.
Then what we want you to do is start using your nom de plume outside of writing into the show. So, for example, you call a restaurant and you make a reservation, restaurant says party of 4, 7 p.m., and they say what name, and you say, Nick, land this plane already.
Yeah.
And then but say it's got to be, you got to commit to the bit.
This plane already?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then they say like,
What?
land this plane, and then you say, it's French.
Perfect.
And that explains everything.
Perfect. But say you're too scared to write in.
Oh yeah. Well, then what you want to do is tell a friend about the show.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
Just, hey, buddy, what are you doing this week? Because my weekend plans are listening to all 240,000 Penn Cinema podcast episodes.
Only this week.
That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing.
Right.
All right. Well, once again, for the Penn Cinema podcast, I'm David
And
Bolton.
I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.